In today's video, we'll continue the class with a topic called ages. So, in order to continue this topic, ages, I suggest you to watch a ratios and proportions topic and percentages topic for better understanding of this topic or to solve the questions in a quick manner. Why I am saying like this means whatever the points which were discussed in the ratios topic or whatever the method or whatever the approach we followed in a ratios topic, the same type of approach will followed in the problems to solve the problems or to solve the problems on ages. So if you, as a name suggests, age, so we undergone from childhood to old age. So in this we came across many number of years and by performing some biological functions and societal function. So before going that one, let us try to have a glance of what is meant by age actually. So age is a measure of time. Age is a measure of time. So what it actually does means, so it measures the time of an individual. So age is a measure of time since an individual's birth. So age will be calculated from the birth of a particular person. So it influences various aspects such as physical, cognitive, and social development, as well as societal roles and expectations. So these are basic definition, but we don't need the definition in while solving the problems. But just for idea case, I'm explaining here. So age is a measure of time of an individual birth of or age is a measure of time of a particular person. So in order to solve the problems based on ages, we mainly use the points which were discussed for ratios and proportions topic. That's why I suggest you to watch ratios and proportions topic before going further into the ages topic. After completion of ratios and proportions topic, try to listen this topic. You will able to solve the problems in an easy manner. And this point I'll explain. For the time being, try to note this point. The age difference between the two persons will be same at any given point of time. For the time being, try to remember this point. While explaining the problems, I'll consider this point and explain with you in a detailed manner. And next, going further, let us try to find some terminology involved in the ages topic. So we have, as we know that we have three tenses: present, past, and future, or past, present, and future. Suppose we are all at a present age. We are all at a present age. So as we are in the present age, always we consider the base of equation says like x years or some ratio. We'll consider always it in the present age only. Suppose sometimes he'll give past age also. So past age, but in the questions he'll not mention the past age. Instead, he'll mention some terms like was, or were, or ago, and before. So these terms also indicates what the past tense or past or completed time. So suppose if these terms like was, were, ago, before was given, what we need to do is subtract. We need to subtract from the present age. Suppose if the present age of a person is 10 years, and what is age 5 years ago means, what is his age 5 years ago means, what we need to say, so you need to subtract 10 minus 5, 10 minus 5, and you need to say the age of a person 5 years ago was 5 years. Suppose if the age of a present age of a person is of 15 years, and what is his age 5 years before means, what we need to do, we need to subtract 15 minus 5, and we need to get the value as 10 years. We'll get the value as 10 years. And next, sometimes we'll also mention the future age also. So But in the problems, as we said for past age, it will not mention the future age. Instead, what it will mention is, it will mention majority of the questions will mention it in hence and after. So try to remember these terminology will also indicates what, the future tense. Suppose if future tense or future data was given, what we need to do, we need to add to the present age. Suppose if the present age of a person is of 10 years, what is his what is his age 3 years after? So what is his age 3 years after? So my answer will be 13 years, or the age of that person will be of 13 years. Next, before going to deeper, let us try to understand some terms which will appear in the actual problems. So these are the some key points, or these are the statements which will be seen while solving the problem. Suppose if we give one statement like this: A's age is 3 years later. A's age 3 years later. A's age 3 years later, or sometimes you'll mention after also, and sometimes you'll mention ends also, or sometimes you'll mention down the line also. So these all represents what it actually means. A's age 3 years later. So just now only I told that future is also represented with what, after and ends. So suppose if the present age of that person will be a years, and after 3 years the person's age will be of a plus 3 years. Similarly, A's age 3 years ago or 3 years before. So what will can write like this one? So a minus 3 years. These 2 points I already explained in the previous slide. Next, sometimes in the statements, he also mention like these statements. A is 3 years older than B. So which means what it actually means, A is 3 years old when compared with B. A is 3 years old when compared with B. Suppose if B age was 10 years, and what is A's age? So the age of A will be of 13 years. Why? Because he only mentioned A is 3 years older when compared with B. Suppose if we assume A's age will be of 10 years, and then we'll get the age of A as 13 years. So in statement form or in equation form, we can write like this: A is equals to B plus 3. Similarly, A is 3 years younger than B. Suppose if the age of B is of 10 years, and instead of giving year older year in this statement, he gave it as a younger. So what it actually means, the age of A will be now not 13 years. Now the age of A will be of 7 years. So that data I am written in a statement form, that it will be of A will be equals to B minus 3. Next. Next, A is 3 times, or sometimes he will mention thrice or twice or 4 times, like that he will mention. A is 3 times as old as B. Sometimes you may get confused with these statements. So try to have a clear picture of these statements, what these statements actually mean. So there is a difference between these two statements and these two statements. A is 3 times as old as B means, suppose if the age of B is of 10 years, the age of B is of 10 years, the age of A is 3 times as that of B. So 3 times as that of means 3 into 10. So the age of B or A will be of year will be 30 years. And next, and don't confuse with these two statements also. Why? Because there is a slight difference. By actually these two statements by looking with will appear as similar, but there is a some slight variation present in these two statements also. These two statements. So A is 3 times older than B. So but here A is 3 times as old as B, and but here 3 times older than B. Or sometimes instead of giving the statement like this, he'll also mention like this: A is 3 times older to B. Instead of mentioning then, here he'll mention like this. So what it what it actually means, A is equals to B plus 3 times of B, that will be equals to 4B. But what we written for this statement here, it is only A is 3 times as old as B. But if we mention, instead of mentioning as old as, if we mention older than or older to, means we need to take 4B, not to 3B. So try to remember these statements while appearing in the questions. I hope we understand these statements and will move further by looking some more points regarding ages topic. Next, suppose if we gave the statement like this, a father was as old as his son at present at the time of his birth. So that point in a statement manner can be written as f minus s, that will be equals to s. And if we simplify that equation, we'll write it as f is equals to 2s. I hope we understand this question or this statement, and we'll consider two more statements also. The present age of A and B is 5 is to 6. So in an equation form, this can be written as A by B is equals to 5 is to 6. 4 years ends. I already told what actually ends are after means. 4 years ends are after the age ratio will be 60 is to 7. So in statement form or in equation form can be written like this. A plus 4 divided by B plus 4, that will be equals to 6 by 7. So if we are clear with these points, you will be able to solve the problems of ages topic. And before continuing this ages topic, try to listen the ratios topic as well. And meanwhile, you can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter platforms. And if you have any doubts regarding these codes, you can message to our support number or support mail ID provided in the slide below here. And meanwhile, share this video with your friends and family members whom it is helpful for them for their competitive exams or placement point of view. Let's start today's session by with the first problem here. And here is the first basic problem. What it the problem actually means? The ratio of ages of two persons is 4 is to 7, and the age of one of them is greater than that of the other by 30 years, and the sum of their ages is how much? Suppose if you listen my ratios topic, you will be able to solve this question within fraction of seconds. And why I am saying like this? So what is asked in the question means the sum of their ages. So what is the sum of their ages here is 11 parts. So among the given options, which one will be the 11 multiple? So 40 is not 11 multiple, 70 is not also 40 11 multiple, and 100 is also not also a 11 multiple. The only 11 multiple present here will be 110. See how quickly I am answering the question without just if you know the basic point here. That's why I suggest you to listen the ratios topic first and then come to this topic. Let's see in a detailed manner. So the similar kind of problem I already explained in the ratios topic as well, but it in a different manner. Suppose if you remember the class, the ratio of incomes of two persons is 4 is to 7, and the salary of one person is greater than that of other person is by 10,000, say for the time being. Then what is the salary of a person B, or what is the salary of A, or what is the like that? He'll ask some questions. The same kind of question we already explained in the ratios topic as well. Let's see the explanation in a detailed manner here one by one. So what he gave in the question is there are of two persons A and B, and their ages are in the ratio of 4 is to 7, and he also gave that difference between or one of them is greater than that of other by 30 years. So what it actually means, and the age difference between the two persons is of 30 years. So as we know that, so the ratio difference between the two persons is of how much? So difference between 4 and 7 is of 3 parts. So this 3 parts will be equals to 30 years, which means one part will be equals to 10 years. So what he asked in the question, What is the sum of their ages? So sum of ages is of 11 parts. So 11 into one part value will be of 10 years. So 11 into 10, that will be equals to 110 years. This is how we can solve by using stepwise manner. So without going these step also we can solve our answer. So in a short way also we can solve this question. So you can see this in a short form. So we gave the ratio as 4 is to 7. So instead of writing in a detailed manner, we are writing here it in a short form here. You can observe here whatever the highlighted point here. 4 is to 7, the difference is 3 parts, so that is 30 equal to 30 years, and one part will be equal to 10 years, and sum will be of 11 parts, so that will be of 110 years. So without solving this also you can solve our answer. So our answer is not option D, it is option A. So it is presented in option A. I hope you understand this question. Let's move further by discussing some more questions. And here is the next question. A ratio between the ages of Shubhas, Prashad and Amar is 3 is to 6 is to 7. If the difference between the age of Prasad and Amar is 10 years, then what is the difference between the age of Shubhas and Prasad? So let us try to find, suppose if we get the answer by checking the divisibility rules or not. So what he asked in the question, age difference between Subhas and Prasad. So we need to check the age difference between Subhas and Prasad. So the age of Subhas is of 3 parts or 3 parts, and the age of Prasad is also 6 parts. So what is the difference between 3 parts and 6 parts is of 3 parts. So what we need to check? We need to check whether a 3 multiple present in the given options or not. If only one 3 multiple was present, then my answer will be directly, that will be my answer. So 5 is not a 3 multiple, 10 is not a 3 multiple, and 20 is also not a 3 multiple. So the only 3 multiple present for me is of option D. So my answer will be directly of 30 years. Sir, why you are saying within a fraction of second, but we can't understand anything means, that's why I suggest the similar kind of problem I already discussed in the ratios topic as well, but in a different manner. Let's see in a detailed manner in here also. So there are of 3 persons, Shubhans, Prasad and Amar, and the ratio he gave it as 3 is to 6 is to 7, and he gave one point as difference between the ages of Prasad and Amar. So the difference between Prasad and Amar he gave it as 30 years. So what is the difference between Prasad and Amar here? So the difference between Prasad and Amar is of one part, which means that one part will be equals to 10 years. And next, what he actually asked in the question, difference between Prasad and Shubhas is of how much? 3 parts. So as we know that one part will be equals to 10 years, so then 3 parts will be equals to 30 years. The same answer what I explained in the previous by checking the divisibility rules, that is 30 years only, which is presented in option D. I hope you are following my lecture and understand the topic. And if you have any doubts, you can put a message on the comment box. And meanwhile, you can also message to our support number or support mail ID. We can clarify your doubts. And if you have any if you have any doubts on regarding particular question, you can also put a message on the comment box. We'll try to explain that problem in a short method or in a brief manner or in a simple manner. Let us move further by discussing some other questions here. Next, okay, here the next question is, the ratio of age of father to that of his son is 5 is to 2. If the product of their ages in years is 1000, then the father's age after 10 years will be. So we need to find what will be the father's age after 10 years. So we'll give here the father's age and son's age at present, and we need to find the father's age after 10 years. So let us try to find in a simple manner or in a detailed manner. Let us try to assume the father and son's age will be, let us assume it as 5x and 2x. Suppose whenever he gave in this like this product of their ages. So try to assume the ratio as 5x and 2x. So what I asked in the question, product of their ages is of 1000. So 5x into 2x, that will be equals to 1000. And if we simplify that equation, x will get it as 10. So what are the present ages of father and son means? So the present age of father will be of 50 years and the present age of son will be of 20 years. But that is not asked in the question. What is asked in the question is the age of father after 10 years. So the age of, so 5x will be the answer. 5 into 10, that will be plus we need to add 10 years. Why? Because you asked in the question after 10 years. I already explained. If we gave after, we need to add. If we gave before, we need to subtract. So try to remember those points here. So the father's age after 10 years will be of 60 years. Suppose if I ask you what is the age of, or what is the age of, or what is the ratio of father and son after 10 years means, I can say my answer as 2 is to 1. So how we are saying that means, suppose if I add 10 years to son also, it will be a son also will be of how many years? 30 years. So 31s and 32s get cancelled. So the ratio difference between son and father after 10 years will be of 2 is to 1. Likewise, we can also find the ratio between after some years. So next, we'll consider these type of questions in the next problems also. Don't worry. So the answer for this particular problem will be option B. Let's move to further next question. I hope you are following my explanation. Let's move further by discussing the next questions. And here is the next question. If 4 years ago, ratio between the age of P and Q is 5 and 6, and the sum of their ages at present is 52 years, then what is the ratio of their present ages? Okay, before going to this question, let us try to clear one point here. So I'll tell us on a basic example here. Let us assume that your father will be at present will be of 30 years, or some, let us assume your father will be at present will be of 50 years, 50. Your father will be of 50 years, and let us assume you are of some 20 years. Let us assume your father will be of 50 years and you are of 20 years. So after some 5 years, suppose if I ask what is your father's age and what is your age, so what you need to say? So you can say that your father age will be of 55 years, and your also age also increased by same that 5 years, that is 25 years. Suppose you can also take 5 years before also. If I take 5 years before also, your father age will be of 45 years and your age will be of 15 years. If you observe here, suppose if your father is increased by some x years and you are also increased by that same x years. So I already told while in the first slides that the age difference between the two persons at any point of time will remains the same. Suppose if one person's age will be increased some by some x years, the other person's age also will be increased by that same amount. Let's try to solve this question. So this kind of problems I already explained in the ratios topic as well. So how to solve these type of question? Let us refer the ratios topic. Let's try to solve. So what I give present minus 4. Suppose why I am writing like this means 4 years ago. So that is P minus 4, and the age ratio will be of P is to Q will be equals to 5 is to 6, and the sum of their present ages will be of 52 years. So present both persons age will be of 52 years. Suppose what is the age 4 years ago, or what is the sum of age, or what is the sum of age of both the persons 4 years ago means what you need to say? So you need to say 48 or 44. Those who are saying, or those who assume that to 40 years, they are saying they are absolutely wrong. Just now only I cleared one point. The age difference between the two persons. Suppose if one person age was decreased by 4 years, the other person age also decreased by that same 4 years also. That's why if two persons are there, we need to subtract that many years. And if three persons are here, we need to subtract that many years, or that many years we need to add. So sum of ages of P and Q 4 years ago, that is 52 minus 8. Not suppose if we take here 4, that will be wrong. Why? Because here two persons. So P's age was decreased by 4 years here, and Q's age was decreased by 4 years. So 4 plus 4 will be of 8 years. So 8 years we need to subtract in order to get to P minus 4 years. So if we take here 5 plus 6 will be of 11 parts. That 11 parts will be equals to 44 years. 5 plus 6 will be of 44 years, which means 11 parts will be equals to 44 years. Then one part will be equals to 4 years. What he asked in the question actually, what is the ratio of their present ages? So we need to find the ratio of their present ages. So before finding the ratio of their present ages, try to find their ages before 4 years or 4 years ago. So 5 parts will be equals to 20 years, and then 6 parts will be equals to 24 years. So the age of P and Q 4 years ago will be 20 years and 24 years. But this is not our answer. What we need to find? We need to find the ratio of their present ages. Now we need to add plus 4. Why? Because we are at 4 years ago. So we need to come in order to come at present. So we need to add plus 4 years. So 20 plus 4 and 24 plus 4, that will get it as 24 is to 28. So if we eliminate the common numbers present, we'll get the answer as 6 is to 7. So the present ages of P and Q will be of 6 is to 7. That is presented in option B. I hope you understand the question. Let's move to the next question here. And here is the next question. The ratio of ages of A and B at present is 3 is to 1. And 4 years earlier, which means 4 years ago, the ratio was 4 is to 1. And he asking us to find what is the present age. Let us try to find whether we get by checking the answer or not. What he asked in the question? So he asked about present age of A. So the present age of A is of 3 parts. If only one option is present in the three, suppose if in the options only 3 multiple was 1 was present, our answer will be directly that one. See whether 48 is a 3 multiple. Yes, 48 is a 3 multiple. This may be my answer. I am not saying exactly. This may be my answer. 40 is not a 3 multiple, and 36 is also a 3 multiple, and 32 is not a 3 multiple. So my answer will lie in either A or C. So I am not in a position to say my answer exactly whether it is A or C. So that's why I am with a 50-50 chances. That's why I am going to solve the problem. So the same kind of problem I already solved in the ratios topic as well. So if you not understand, let us suppose I already explained. Suppose if two ratios are given to us, suppose A is to B and X is to Y. In order to get the ratio, what we need to we in order to make the ratio same, when if no external amount was added, I already some external amount was added and some external amount was not added. So if no external amount, suppose if the amount remain the same, how to solve that one, and if external amount was added, how to approach that one, I already explained in the ratios topic as well. So try to refer that one. So two ratios are given here. So present P minus 4 and present. So our present ratio was 3 is to 1 and P minus 4 ratio 4 is to 3. So the difference between 4 and 1 is of 3, and the difference between 3 and 1 is of 2. So whatever the difference present here, that we need to multiply in the first ratio, and whatever the difference present here, that I need to multiply in the second ratio. This I already explained in the previous ratios topic as well. Try to refer that point here. So if we multiply that one, 2 into 4 is of 8 and 2 into 1 is of 2, 3 into 3 is of 9 and 3 into 1 is of 3. So if we observe here, from 8 to 9 it was increased by 1 part, and from 2 to 3 it is also increased by 1 part. So that 1 part will be equals to 4 years. Why I am, so how I take this 4 years means, suppose if we observe here, from present to P minus 4, what is the age gap here? The age gap here, it is 4 years. So we try to find the present age of A. So what is the present age of A? So the present age of A is of 9 parts. So 9 parts, and so 9 into 4, that will be equals to 36 years. So my answer will be option C, which is present. Suppose if we, okay, I hope you understand this problem. Let's move to the next question. The answer for this particular problem will be option, not option D, option C. Okay, and here is the next question. It is also very similar to the previous question. The age of K is twice that of R. 3 years ago, the age of K is thrice that of R. These statements I already explained in the first introduction part. That's why I told listen the introduction part carefully. And what he asked in the question, present age of K. So the age of K is twice as that of R. So the age difference between K and R is 2 parts. So the A's present age is of 2 parts. So if only 1 2 multiple was present, that will be my answer. But I am having 3 options as a 2 multiple. So my answer will be either 12 or 6 or 8. Let us see what is my answer actually. So for this also I am approaching the same approach. See here, he gave present age and p minus 3 age. So the present age is in the ratio of 2 is to 1, and p minus 3 age will be in the ratio of 3 is to 1. So here the difference is 2 parts, and here the difference is 1 part. This difference I am multiplying here, and this difference I am multiplying here. If we do so, we will get it as so from 3 to 4 it was increased by 1 part, from 1 to 2 also it is increased by 1 part, then which means 1 part will be equals to 3 years. What he asked in the question, the present age of K. So the present age of K is of 4 multiple. So 1 part will be of 3 years, then 4 parts will be equals to how many years? 12 years. So which is presented in option C. I hope you understand this problem. And the next question will be a homework question for you, and let us try to solve this question, and we'll continue in the next class. And meanwhile, you can also post your answers in the comment section, and we'll continue this class in the next class. And meanwhile, try to share this video with your friends and family members, and please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Have a good day. We'll meet in the next video.